Alright, welcome to another stream. Welcome, VOD Squad and Precog. Let me just go find my own stream and loast it into the Gilded Sphere. It's funny, I don't get notifications for stream. Oh, is it gonna when you walk away? You don't hear me say?
Please, oh baby.
Oh, it's something different. Thinking of you wherever you are. Oh, it's the opening cutscene. Okay. Stream. Stream announcements.
We tried to install the English patch, so you better not have fucked us.
We'll see how this goes.
It better have worked. I don't think it did, though. Honestly.
Oh, yeah? Trisha talking shit already.
Yeah.
So,
that's what I do.
Without further ado, welcome Precogs and VOD Squad. We are hopefully...
Oh. Oh my. I don't think that's even Japanese. I think you fucked us. These are not words.
I had a save state, right? Oh no, I had a save state in the other... the other thing. Let me... Let me go investigate real quick.
Sure. We'll get down to the bottom of this. Your stream announcement is just English?
Yeah.
That describes what this is very accurately.
Let's look at the main menu.
English? It's kinda like English.
Hey, wait a second. Monies is in the corner. That's English.
Yeah. Well, some of the words in the Japanese version were also kind of just in English, so I don't know if that's the patch doing that or...
Fair point. Let me see. So I think... Alright, so... I see the problem.
Uh-huh.
I see potentially what the problem is. In any case, So let's see. I'm not actually playing Final Mix. I'm playing Final Mix Platinum Limited.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes all the difference. Yes.
I suppose it must.
I suppose in Final Mix Platinum Limited, they must have shifted all the text by like a few pixels, and now it's all jumbled up.
So, of course, there's also the tried and true method of simply trying again. Now, let me just toggle this off for a second.
Alrighty.
And then let's try this. And let's try this. And then this.
So this is what hacking looks like, huh?
Yeah.
The most realistic form of hacking. Hitting enter.
I mean, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see a bunch of warnings that are like 54% of original size, 63% of original size.
That's fine.
So I assume that's what the issue is that everything is in a different resolution in the Platinum version.
Mm.
So, turn this back on. This is just regular Japanese now, at least theoretically. Now, did we leave? I assume this is the most recent.
What do you mean? Well,
Did I save at a point?
okay.
Oh, I did.
Ah, there we are.
His soulless eyes.
Yeah, they really are quite soulless.
Okay.
I'm sure he's trying to say very important things.
I think something important is saving.
Mm. Well, you just go onto those sparkly platforms.
Where do you see one?
Well, I suppose you have to look for them.
Right.
There's some glowing. Oh,
Yes.
those are glowing
I
green lamps.
see the glowing.
Perhaps going up. Hey, is that Chicken Little or a Moogle? It's a Moogle.
That would be a Moogle.
Let's see. Well, last time I told you to go into the accessory shop, which is to the left. Okay.
The accessory shop?
Yeah, I remember at one point it said for you to go to the accessory shop. Right?
This is the accessory shop.
Didn't the accessory shop say accessories on it, though?
Okay, do you see a shop that says accessories on it?
I did at one point, but it's hard to point it out now.
Okay, I don't believe you.
Up there.
Okay.
Does that say accessories?
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
That sounds like something an idiot would have to say.
There's the safe spot.
Alright.
Alright.
Very cool, Sid. Very cool. That's nice to hear. Alright, buddy. Okay. Yeah, we'll get back to you in a minute. Yeah, okay. Okay. So, I guess theoretically, Um, theoretically.
Mr. Redically. Mr. Theo Redically.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we might just want to play Chain of Memories.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, we could keep on playing in Japanese, but I mean, realistically, we have to. Oh, okay. So it finished. So let's see.
Let's see if it worked.
My guess is. My guess is no. But we'll see. It's like unskippable.
They have to let you know who has the. Oh my, yeah.
So I'm not. I might need glasses, but this doesn't look like English to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh well. We gave it our best shot.
So what we can do instead is, I guess, play Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories. Okay. Hey, Wonderful Galaxy. Once the other version of the game downloads, I can use the translation on that, and then we could start the game over. And spend even more time on the starting island. Aren't you excited?
Woo! Just change to the stream title. We're good to go on Chain of Memories.
See if I can get it to pick up Chain of Memories. No, that is not what I want. Okay. Perfect. Oh, look at that. English text. Oh, right. It's an Americanized version. I can press A. Okay. So... I have to end stream at like midnight-ish, maybe a little before. So...
Hence why we're starting the stream a little bit early.
Yes. Oh, right. I press A to do things. I'm already conditioned. But certainly next time. We can do the island again. Isn't that exciting? This time I'll beat Riku 1-0.
Hell yeah.
No competition. I'll save state to a perfect record. Oh. Yeah, why don't we go to Traverse Town? That's where we're oh, right. That's the weird thing with Kingdom Hearts 1. I'm so used to everything, like, interacting with triangle.
Yeah, what do you think is the perfect interact button?
I don't mind triangle, like the top face button, so like
Yeah.
Y. I don't mind that because, you know, a lot of times they'll have the attack button be the interact button, and it's like, doesn't quite feel right. Oh god, I can use the joystick to look around? How strange.
Aren't you so blessed?
How are you doing, wonderful galaxy? So how come the darkness guy is like best friends with Mickey Mouse?
I assume something happened in the first game? I don't know.
Because a lot of times they'll have this like concept of like dark powers, but then they're very vague as to like what the implications of dark powers actually is.
Yeah.
And then people will be like super deep because they're like, the dark powers aren't bad after all, like Dark Souls. But it's like, I don't know. It feels so strange to just be like defining them as like something super ambiguous.
Right. Maybe Mickey Mouse like fused with him so that he wouldn't become evil.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Baby, he's Mickey's son. And he sees Mickey's Force ghost.
Yeah.
Because he also has the Force. Just like the king.
Yeah. So my point is, the a lot of times they'll have like darkness, quote unquote, but it'll be this sort of super inconsequential thing. It'll just be like, you could easily just replace it with like energy, and there would be essentially no difference. But by calling it darkness, they're like, oh, all morality is subjective, huh? Maybe things you say are bad are actually good. And it's like, I don't know, when people talk about like darkness and like bad stuff, they're usually using it as a very direct metaphor for something like ritualistic sacrifice of children. You know, it's not like, I don't know, it feels like a weird commentary, but maybe I'm just coming from too jaded a time. Yeah, so
Hey, what does your Mickey cards do, by the way?
heals and then stuns, and then when you have multiple Mickeys, it seems to deal damage. It's like a big AoE where he lifts up his Keyblade.
Oh, okay.
Are they trying to mimic his, like, get-up attack from the first game? With his dodge, like, he launches himself up from the ground.
They seem to be getting through the game fairly quickly. Or at least getting through enemies fairly quickly. They die so fast.
Yeah, like I said, I think they dumbed down Riku's section quite a bit.
Probably.
Yep, he'll go heal, and then
Oh!
it also seems to stun and do a slight bit of damage because he finished off the guy on the far end. So.
Hope we get more cutscenes with Mickey Mouse talking about darkness in our hearts.
So, like with Sora, I wanted to make sure that I killed every single enemy. But with this, I'm just like, I'll just get through the rooms as fast as possible. Like, doing, not like super avoiding the enemies, but like, you know, not making any real effort to go clear the entire room. Because I don't really value the experience, because I'm not able to make a more interesting, customized deck.
Galaxy says Sora is epic, Riku is cool.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I guess that's a epic or like glorious or something. Yeah.
Hey, boss man.
Oh yeah, I have enemy cards. What does this one do? Yeah, no, that's not. Oh, I could have sevened that. I physically don't have the numbers to duel this guy. That's just not possible. I don't actually think there's a consequence to slighting with Riku. It doesn't seem like the cards go away. And if they did, it would only be an advantage because he's such bad cards. And you can't get rid of them.
I guess so.
He has no zeros, so maybe I'll try the Heartless thing? Will this... No, it won't.
Galaxy says, can I tell you guys a spoiler that I believe you guys will never find out unless you played the mobile games? Yes. Because we are definitely not playing any phone games on this channel.
You know, my old laptop, I had a... Yeah, no. Not happening. Yeah, no, I literally, his cards are not, like, a high enough number in total. Like, it's actually not possible. Like, trying to be a good sport and use the mechanics the game wants you to use, but it's like, they're so garbage. Ugh. Like, it feels like this is a much more casual game, the Riku side of stuff. Despite the story being more complex, the gameplay itself is, like, so much more casual. But, you know, like, but they have you play it after. Yeah, they have you play it after you would normally.
Oh.
Like, have beaten the game.
Let's see. Galaxy says, in the world of Kingdom Hearts, you can theoretically stay younger if you turn into a nobody and go back to your original self. Malushia is theoretically 500 years old, I believe. Or Honeydew says, holy smokes, am I late? I didn't see Chatham get Captain Hook's card.
That was last time.
Yeah.
God, why did I try? So stupid. No, not gonna. Okay. So, I don't know. I never really thought of aging as like a concept, as like a thing that happens in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, me neither. Galaxy says in the mobile game, Alexia was a Keyblade Master and his sister was a Keyblade Master too.
They have so many Keyblade Masters. It was like when it was Sora and like Mickey Mouse, I was like, oh, okay, I guess there can be two. But now there's like, it's turned into like Jedi. Although to be fair, whenever I've seen like game trailers where they have like a real nice rendered CGI trailer for a game, and they have like a million Jedi, in like an army, I always think that's pretty cool. So, maybe I'm just a boomer, a key boomer. What am I supposed to do? Just go this way? Yeah, doesn't that look like his like there was a Keyblade War?
Just like the Jedi. Hell yeah.
Okay. I can't imagine characters in this universe having enough like motivation to like commit to a war. Like Sora has his like memories, his memories of his love replaced with some other woman, and he's like, well that sucks, but you can be my best friend.
Well, I like you now, so I guess that's just how I feel.
It's like,
gotta accept it.
I just can't imagine a society that produces a guy with that much of like a lighthearted attitude. Like he doesn't feel violated. He's not like,
you messed with my emotions, you bitch.
Like, I would be so enraged if someone replaced my memories of Trisha with themselves, and they're like, they're just some other woman trying to.
Wow, that's really deep.
Oh, Larxene was a Keyblade Master? Oh, I don't have... I don't know this. Oh, I have to guard break him too. Right.
Nice.
It's an appropriate villain for this guy.
Mm.
Because the more he guard breaks, the more he enters this mode. Where the fuck do you put your zeros? Jesus, who organized this? Wish they would let you at least order your cards.
Yeah. Galaxy says, in Kingdom Hearts 3, they will explain why each member was chosen to be in the group. It shocked my mind at the time.
Now, should I play... Well, I definitely want to play 2 after I'm done with 1, but after that... for fuck's sakes.
Galaxy also says, think about this, Adam. Are you fighting the real one or just a copy? Ooh.
Yeah, I mean... What am I gonna do? Alright, let's, what does this do? Oh, okay. So, 1, 2, Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, and 3. But then I have to play Dream Drop Distance, and everyone talks shit about it.
Dream drop distance is supposed to be really bad?
That's where they were like, okay, we have white enemies, we have black enemies. How about every single other color at once? Right. Okay. 9s. Okay. Do I have 5s? No. A 1.
Galaxy says you
Let's
can
refresh.
skip 358/2 and recode it because you can just watch the cutscene.
Fucking 9? 9. 9. Oh, okay, so what do I need? 5? Alright, I'll get one of these to work. Oh, I didn't press the button. Okay, let me reload. Okay, fine. Zeros. Where am I? 0? Okay. I even have a 1? Guess not. I could, well, just die. Yeah, I mean, I might skip. I'll definitely try all the games, but I'm most excited to play 1, 2, 3. I want to play 2 again. I miss it. I have fond memories of that game.
Right, right. Galaxy says Dream Drop Distance was bad because of how easy it is. You can honestly just watch the cutscenes from 30-58/2 decoded Dream Drop Distance. You will lose no value from not playing them.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you will.
Man, if only we had that kick power from the tutorial in Kingdom Hearts 1, that would solve everything. Or, of course, if we had Grave Lord Greatsword Dance.
God damn it. So, any hints on what the next Red Flag manga will be?
Nah, I guess I'll figure that out later. I mean, right now I'm not really doing any videos.
It's always 8s. I don't know why, it just keeps on letting me hit him.
He's just getting fucked up.
I...
You think the game threw it for you?
No, I don't think the game is that advanced, but that... if I was playing Sora, I would load, but this is like... Casual Town. So.
Yeah. Traverse Town, more like Casual Town.
You know what a
Yes,
single...
throwing that fight was so much work.
Yeah. You know, data is a plural. Like,
really?
yeah. You know what a singular of data is?
Data?
No. Datum.
Datum.
One datum. If you have multiple datum, it's data.
Datums or datums.
But it's also kind of like the transparent versus translucent thing where they're like, oh, technically nothing is transparent. Because everything is a degree of translucent.
Cute.
But, it's big stoop. Riku is baby mode, those are your words, Adam? Yeah. I don't think I said baby mode. I said super casual, like...
Normie mode.
Yeah, it's weird because they should have started you on this, but if they'd started you on this, I never would have played the games. It's like I never would have enjoyed the game because it's too simple. Or maybe I would have if I didn't know anything about like RPGs and it was just like...
I guess it's kind of to be expected of like the extra content. Oh, here's this other campaign you can do. They don't put nearly as much effort into it because they don't think nearly as many people are going to be playing it.
But they added, like, this takes more development time to, like, change the mechanics, doesn't it? Because they're making the game easier and less complex, and there's less to do in each area because you're not having to pick up and, like, farm for Moogle points and stuff. I honestly feel like my character was like nowhere near done. Oh, you know, I should, before I like, commit to that. Okay, so I'll go the way I'm supposed to go then.
Hey, Chaos Mesh! Asking what the fuck is going on? Honestly, Riku's story is more of a power trip.
I don't know about power trip. It feels like he's just like completely disorganized and random. Like his you can't arrange your deck, and he has it like the default order is like all fucking over the place. There's no way to find your zeros when you need them. I don't know how other people like organize their decks, but it feels. Riku's baby.
The whole point of Riku's gameplay is to keep getting stronger.
What's the point of Riku's or Sora's? Get weaker?
Collect Moogles. Naturally. Our Honeydew is asking, so what are your guys' thoughts on analog horror? Any ones you like? Honestly, no. What about you, Adam?
I don't know what that is.
You know, like found footage type stuff.
Oh, right.
Those type of horror movies.
Where'd the bird go?
I remember when Paranormal Activity like first came out and people thought it was real. And that was amusing to like think that it was real, but as a movie, knowing that it's not real and that it's a script that somebody wrote, it's terrible. It's so boring. Like nothing happens for like the majority of the movie. If it was found footage, it would make sense. But it's not.
I put all those movies into the category of like stuff for my cousin Samantha, like stuff that she would find scary and or amusing. Like I like I feel like there's like a certain type of like basic bitch content that is like exactly what she would consume, and like those sorts of horror movies, it's like she'll like put it on and then be like, oh my god, they're gonna jump out, and then it's like, ah, they jumped out, and it's like, yeah.
Right. It's the anticipation and anxiety of it all. It's like with that music trick where they have the one note that gets higher and higher pitched and louder to make you anxious.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that. I know there's like I have nothing higher than an 8. Okay, what, the slate? Oh, fucking piece of shit.
Sora's is strategizing and Riku's is about getting stronger. Okay. Paranormal Activity. Poof, that movie was a baby compared to Blair Witch Project. Honestly, never saw Blair Witch Project, but I know that it was very popular.
I think if it was less ridiculous, then it would be too scary for my cousin. And I think there's probably a lot of like Starbucks drinking motherfuckers out there that well, let me get Mickey so I can heal. Where the fuck is the bird? Oh, why did I do that? What? Okay.
Man, Jafar is a little bitch.
Can I go up? Okay.
Watching Blair Witch fucked me over, and that was 5 years ago. Don't you just love those movies that traumatize you?
Okay. My god.
Man.
Oh my god. Yeah, Dark Break, sure. I don't fucking this piece of shit. That's trash. Eeh. That's so good, but it won't like trigger all the time. Okay. Hit him with that. That was it. Okay. I don't know if I've seen any of these like Blair Witch or whatever movies. Probably seen parts of them, but Oh, it's just... Oops. Okay, no air combos? Come on.
Honeydew... Chaos Mesh says, by the way, when it says resist, it just means it's resisting Riku's stun.
Yeah, it's from the...
Our Honeydew says, close but analog horror is closer to found footage but structured in a way where a beloved childhood franchise in a parallel universe where said thing is either evil or exists IRL while also evil. That's not a sentence.
Fuck. You fucking bird. He's too tall for, like, ground attacks, and the air attack is, like, some fucking...
Honestly, the hardest part about this fight is not having, like, an overhead swing. If you could just, like, hit upward, it would not be nearly this complicated.
His aerial is, like, a lot of hits. Does decent amount of damage, but... Yeah, it's, like, a lot of damage. But I just need to...
Or Honeydew says, for example, the Super Mario Sunshine one where it's an AI that lashes at people, or the Jurassic Park one where they accidentally cloned a demon amongst the dino. Those sound like creepypastas. I'm not familiar with any of those. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, could you be talking about, like, SCP stuff?
Nice.
Yeah, to be honest, just jump. Shut up. To be honest, it seems like Sora, when he attacks or anything, it, like, zips him to the enemy. Oh, I don't know why I wanted to break the barrels that bad, but here we are.
I mean, they're barrels, so you must break them. Or Honeydew says, yeah, it's like the SPC stuff was what inspired analog horror.
Yeah. It seems like Sora zips to the enemy much more accurately. So in a way, Sora's gameplay is almost like easier than Riku's. Because Riku, you have to, like, really position yourself. For the most part, some of his physical things seem a little bit better. Like, his jump seems better. I could be wrong, but it seems like he can attack in more of his jump. It's like Sora, I feel like he had, like, certain portions you couldn't.
Hey, Basil, welcome to chat.
Riku zips to the enemy at the same speed as Sora. I don't think he does. It's like,
I thought Riku was supposed to be canonically faster than Sora.
giving up already. Yeah, he, have I been up here?
Morning.
Yeah, guess I have. No? Okay, it's not. In his dodge, yeah, when he's in his, like, special form, it goes really far or whatever, but... Definitely easier to hit Yago as Sora than Riku with melee attacks. There's more work you have to put in as Riku. But then at the same time, like, his aerial combo is just... once you hit once with it, the rest of the combo is gonna land, so...
Do you believe entertainment would be better off if Fox couldn't be bought by Disney? Whoa, he is so emo.
Did you not notice that the last time?
I never saw this character before.
Trisha just, like... not paying attention at all.
You just see cutscenes while I was in the bathroom or something?
No, I pointed to him and I was like, what if I just did my hair like him? And then you were like, that'd be pretty awesome. And then I assumed you saw the character, but that's the guy I was making the joke about.
Mm.
It's best not to use slates out of dark mode. Well, why? I want to get rid of the bad cards. Doesn't it get rid of them? Are you guys ill? Sound a little drained. Yes, I am sick.
I'm just tired.
I think Trisha's detoxing.
Yeah, a little bit.
I can pull off that edgy guys look. Do it. I don't know. That guy's hair is like... The thing is, if your hair looks too good, now you have this thing where it's like, oh, that guy spends an hour on his hair. You know?
Mm.
That's the... At least that's a girl thing. You know? I've had girls go like, oh, how long do you spend on your hair? And it's like, I barely clean it.
I feel like that's a little bit gay.
To spend a long time on your hair?
For a guy to spend like a really long time on his hair, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I just like manly men.
That's probably a good thing. Leave me alone. No. 2. Oh.
Or Honeydew says, I remember Riku's hairstyle being super common in the 2010s.
Zexion is not an emo. He's got his emotions in check. I'm curious what on earth that means. Because I've noticed that people have a certain, like, perception of, like... yeah, sure, do it. Well, fuck him. Yeah, do it. Of what, like...
Emotionally stable is?
No, but like what, like emos are meant to have some kind of like like this like hair and music style like attaches to some sort of like ethos. It's like some kind of like philosophy of like personality or emotions or like some metaphysical aspect to being an emo.
Right.
And I do not understand it. The only through line I can conclude about emo girls is that they... Well, actually, that's not even true. I was going to say they like skinny, pale boys, but... That's... only usually true. Sometimes they like big dudes with beards. Big Viking dudes. It's another like prime candidate. Yeah, that's usually it, isn't it? It's like if you're an emo guy, it's because you like emo girls, and if you're an emo girl, it's because you like emo. Was it emo girls like emo guys like emo girls? Yeah, I mean, basically, right? What's that thing where it's like, girl, all the bad guys want, etc. Yeah, like that. I think generally all those like oh fuck this one. All those subcategories kind of eh. Fuck. Yeah, kill me. Are there retcons and stories you think improve a tale? Always. Like, probably every retcon is an improvement. I used to think emo and goth were one and the same. They're basically the same. Right? I mean, functionally, they're... There's like... The music is definitely different, right? But, I don't know. They're like... Yeah, like the thematically, I guess it's like pretty similar, but let's duel, or I'll just become darkness. Yeah, sure, let's duel. It's kind of fun. I'll give it up. There's like funny stereotypes about goth metal though. Those vampire motherfuckers. And they're like, in my experience, like mostly true. Like, I went to a show that one of my friends was playing in, and this goth metal band. Maybe I'll go here. So I'll go back in the room I was. This goth metal band was like, I don't know, they said something that they were like, oh, don't just leave or something because you've seen the band that you came here to watch or whatever. And they of course, right, they showed up with like no less than like, had to be like 14, 15 girls all fucking dressed up in fishnets and, you know, like the red hair, like streaks or whatever. Like not everyone had red hair, you know what I mean? Like like dyed hair and stuff. This is like in a different context than like the whole social justice dyed hair thing. It's just,
Of course, yeah.
it's like what's that song? The Christina Death or whatever.
Christina Death.
Yeah. So like you got like 14, 15 Christina Deaths show up. And then as soon as they're done playing, they take all their bitches and leave.
That sounds about right.
They're trying to get so when you're like really low on the totem pole for like playing shows and stuff, you have to the venue will let you play, but you have to guarantee a certain amount of tickets, and if you don't sell all the tickets, then you have to pay for the tickets. So it's a big scam, right? But that's like yeah. But how you do that? And then you get a cut of the tickets if it's over a certain amount or something. So how you do that when you're like a goth metal band? The stereotype is that they get lots of girls, and the way you do that if you're one of those bands is like you just open up Tinder and swipe right on everybody, and then the people who respond, and then you get a bunch of matches, right? And then you're like, come see my show, and then you get like, 20 slots to show up.
Huh?
20 itty bitty.
I'm you, but sexier. That's the copy.
I feel offended. Emos and goths are not the same. Aren't emos emotionally unstable and goths just into dark stuff? No, they're just guys. Listen.
I thought it was the goths were more so into like Satan shit, and then emos were just in for the aesthetic. Like emos were the more casual groups.
I think on a very basic level, emo boys dress up like emo boys so they can get with emo girls. But and then your personality traits in all, like, let's say emo, goth, like metalhead are all like one kind of thing. The personality traits are pretty similar, but they're tribal in their own like groups. And then you kind of have like some like common traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that oh wow, I broke a slate with just darkness.
Like, an emo girl is someone who I believe would do a seance at a sleepover just because it's fun, but a goth girl would, like, do it because she genuinely believes she can summon the devil. You know what I mean? That's just my perception on these types of people.
Oh, fuck. It's still not healing me. It's just bubble blasting.
It looks cool though.
I guess we'll just bubble blast to victory. Fuck healing.
It resists.
It's resisting the stun, right? Ah, fuck. The numbers you used were 1, 2, 3. Oh, when I broke
Hey,
the
love
slate.
to draw. We back to come.
Chain of
Yeah.
Memories. Yeah, I guess so.
We
Ugh.
we couldn't get the English patch to work on Kingdom Hearts 1, so
You
we
guys-
decided, yeah, we'll just pick this up again.
You guys sound so fucking ignorant. Right now I'm angry with the goths, emos, all the same. Kind of is though. I know emo people are different in the pit. They're dead. Oh my god. Or like scene people in the pit. Fucking Christ. Core people. Just cadavers. Oh my god. There's like this thing in like the more aggressive the music, the more safe the pit is. Because like the culture just shifts so that people don't actually die. But then like you'll go to like a concert of like mixed company, right? And so you have like some emo people there or something, right? Or scene people, core people, whatever you call it, like skinny boy, not quite emo haircut, tight t-shirt kind of that, whatever that would be considered under. Whatever you want to call that. And they have this thing where they like spin around like a tornado with their arms out at like a slightly yawing, right? Like at a slight angle, slightly diagonal, like spinning thing. And they'll just swing their fists around. And then they'll kick into the air. And I gotta tell you, that's a really good way for someone to beat the shit out of you.
Love to Draw says emo is watered down goth. Yes. Exactly what I was saying, basically. They're just the casual version.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. Yeah, this isn't... Where's my zeros? Organize your fucking... Clean your room, Riku. Jesus Christ.
Or a honey... Oh, hey, Neaver. I didn't even notice you. Pikachu used Thunder Shock. There you go.
So the guy... So, like, for example... One time I was at a show and this guy did this thing where he's like spinning like that. And I'm at the edge of the pit. And, you know, I'm kind of like, well, whatever this guy wants to do, I guess this is that kind of music or something. So, but he's going towards the edge of the pit with his, like, swinging his fists. And I guess he's expecting to, like, open up the pit. Like, make the pit bigger. Which is fine. You can do that. But what you do when you want to open up the pit is you scream, "Open up the pit," and then you like get people to back up. It's people like that. People are like, "Oh yeah, let's open up the pit. Yeah, that's cool. We're cool guys. Well, oh, was I supposed to?
Are you saying that you should use your words when you want people to do something?
I don't know. It's just a different like.
Fascinating.
It's just different culture. So I have these like metal van braces on, right? It's like, you know, metal studs, and this guy like swings his fist towards me, and I just like. I'll call it, if the police asked me, I'd say I was blocking, but I was kind of swinging my forearm into his so it would hurt as much as possible, and he cracked his like the bone of his wrist against my my thing, and then he immediately stops and like clutches his arm, and then starts to like cry, and he left, and then looked sad.
Yep.
And I feel terrible. Don't believe me. My regret is immeasurable. But yeah.
Our Honeydew says, speaking of goths, remember when Hot Topic was that a quick look in one? And it's all poppin' anime. Yeah. Yeah, Hot Topic is 90% just like pop culture t-shirts that are super, super poor quality. They like the printing comes off of them immediately upon one wash.
Wonderful Galaxy's trying to give his his thesis on this, his dissertation on what is a goth and what's an emo.
Oh, and then Love to Draw said, "Scene is emo with more rainbows before rainbows were gay."
With the fucking hair, the where they have a million different dye jobs on their hair. Now they have like wigs you can buy to put those on, but like, man, I remember when bitches are like fucking. They would dye one little section and they like, so what do you want to do today? And it's like, I want to dye another random clump of my hair. Whee!
Yeah. I'm so unique. I'm finally special. I'm the main character. Like in anime. All I have to do is dye my hair and then I'll be able to pilot a mech and save the world.
I don't know. It worked. Guys were into it, where they have this big collage of like dyed hair. It becomes less attractive as you do it longer, and then your hair gets thinner and stuff. Right? Mm-hmm. It's not a infinite solution, but man, this is a tough fight. I'll give it up.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird because it doesn't even feel like I'm playing the game. It just feels like because they didn't let me customize any part of my character. It doesn't even feel like I'm losing.
You still can't customize anything?
No, you can't do anything. It's just they just give you cards and you play with them. You have to play with the cards, but it's like you're playing with someone else's deck. So it doesn't feel like I'm losing or winning. It just feels like I'm going through the cutscene. But I have to. It's like it feels like a QuickTime event, you know?
Right. No, I get you. Chatham's right. Modern goths are lazy, says Aura Honeydew. Chaos Mash says maybe you should upgrade your health, or are you just gonna be a bitch about it? His words, not mine.
I guess I can. I don't know. Does it matter? Oh. Gonna be a bitch about it. If I got more health, wouldn't I just be more of a bitch? Hiding behind my health bar?
Yeah, for a store that was originally supposed to cater towards a niche, they became like... Hot Topic became like one of the most filthy casual stores of all time.
You guys ever see those shirts that are like the different metal not shirts, sorry. The the comics people make that are like different metal stereotypes? Those are fairly accurate. They're pretty funny.
Anybody else seen Godzilla? We have not. We have not seen Godzilla -1. Our Honeydew asking, so is Riku going through his own Venom symbiote style arc? I guess in a way. He is wearing a black suit. OMG. Literally Spider-Man already. Spider-Man world confirmed?
This is so slow. Oh my god. Why does that card exist in your deck? Oh my god, I'm so vulnerable. No, I'm attacking. Never mind.
Nice.
Did I win?
Yeah. Yeah, you won.
Okay. I'll take it. I'm sorry, wonderful galaxy. I know there's lots of intricate, differences, so I'll stay in my lane. People who are into like, Okay, so there's like a hierarchy in metal. Here, I'll increase my health just for you, Chaos. There's a hierarchy in definitely whatever. Yeah, attack boost, more damage, more better. There's a hierarchy in metal on like what's more prestigious, and the more prestigious, the more you're considered to be pretentious, right? So like generally at the top is like black metal. That's like the stuff made by there's a big definition, but like generally I'll wait until the end of the cutscene to explain the edgiest of musics.
I didn't even realize DeSantis is debating Newsom.
That's pretty interesting.
Apparently he pulled out a map of San Francisco covered in feces as part of the debate. The app where you can like show where the poop is on the streets. That's pretty funny.
So anyway, there's black metal is like Okay, so right here we have, in the center we've got emo music. On the left we've got like some Yarlin stuff maybe, or like some like Drowning Pool. Yeah, we got Drowning Pool on the left. That whole like whatever that genre is called. And then on the right we've got probably not just Ant.
Yeah, figures.
Probably not just black metal, but like atmospheric black metal or something, where it's just like, whoa, like the... Hold on.
You lost, you little bitch. We got another one of those, it was so difficult throwing that fight.
Exterminate all these goddamn ants. Oh, new metal, that's right. Thank you. This guy definitely listens to exclusively, like the Death Note opening theme. What's that called? What's that band called? Maximum the Hormone? Yeah. That's all that guy listens to. This Riku, that's all Riku listens to.
Oh, hello. What is real? What is self?
So anyway, like, black metal is in a way like a less palatable version of metal that's like more scary sounding, more harsh. It's and therefore, in order to appreciate it, you've got to be deeper and smarter, right? Now, if we take that concept and we keep on making it more extreme, if you keep on adding layers above black metal, you get more prestigious and more deep, and more like unpleasant. Like, I went to see a band as part. They were in a festival. It was Maryland Death Fest. There was Portal, and they are quite literally like scary. In their concert, they play a really heavy tone through these extra speakers that vibrates in your chest. And the way it vibrates in your chest makes you feel fear. It's just like an effect of that frequency. And so they are quite scary. They have quite the production. They look spooky, and then they play that tone, and you just do feel afraid. And then their music is very, very rough. So rough, it's like now you're getting into once you're getting into Portal, now you should start thinking about whether or not how good your speakers are and whether or not your speakers can handle this. And maybe don't listen to it on your phone because you need to call people on that and stuff. You might want to have like attachable cheap speakers the first time you listen to a band in this genre. You know what I mean? Because sometimes they will break your speakers. Now you're getting into the realm of noise metal or whatever, I don't know, whatever they call themselves.
Sure.
So then, like, that's like the top tier. Like, you're the most sophisticated vampire. Once you're in that category, let's go under the sea.
Or a honeydew asks, so you know how Sora changes to match the world he enters? If they have a Wakanda level in Kingdom Hearts 4, does he... I mean, if he's white, they'll just kick him out, right? So... Yeah, Riku listens to Linkin Park. I would believe that. OSTs all the time.
Bam, 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 bam.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah, I should have done Halloween Town. You're right, especially while we're talking about super edgy music. And then we've got whaled.
Sora is Japanese. Well, they're not very fond of Asians either. Really.
What are we talking about?
Well, Wakanda is an ethno-state.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so... no other races. Chaos Mash says, I wish people would stop talking about Kingdom Hearts 4. It's not filling me with confidence.
Getting scared. What they'll do is they'll have a Castlevania level, and then Sora will rape him until he's gay. And then after that, you'll use your summon, which is a strong, independent woman, and then she'll lecture Alucard afterwards.
Yeah.
Just like the Netflix adaptation. And then equality will be had. Okay, what do we need?
So
2?
guys, do you want to hear some comic news while we're hitting people under the sea? I can just scroll down a couple of different news stories here. Hey, Dan to Dan is getting an anime adaptation. That's good stuff. I will be watching that. Marvel Comics retcons Nightcrawler's origin. Hey, retcons. Everybody loves those.
Why are you just telling us depressing shit? I get it. They're molesting my favorite characters.
I started off by saying Dan to Dan is getting an anime.
I don't know what the fuck this is, but I know Nightcrawler is.
Okay.
I like him a lot more than Dan. What is he, a woman now?
No.
Retarded?
No, they didn't change who Nightcrawler is. They changed his origin.
Was he raped until he was blue? More appropriate for Netflix, I guess?
Do you really want to know?
No, I don't want to know.
I won't tell you. Your joke conclusions, though. I get it.
Should have got the Oogie card. Ah!
You're heavily regretting not going to Halloween Town first, huh?
Yeah, if this brings me all the way back... Yeah, I can't make a new choice. I have to beat this now. Pretty sure. Okay, where do I have to go? I have to go forward, then right.
Making a big mistake. You forget the world around you. Right here on the ocean floor.
I just use a random joker. Fuck it.
Under the sea. Red's ready to take it from me. The memories. The wholesome memories. Hey, Jamie Rose and Sketchy Drawer.
This
Welcome
is a
to chat.
dead end. Boo.
Jamie says, so we're back to Kingdom Cards? Yeah, we tried to do the English patch, but didn't work out.
Yeah,
Instead, we got some horror material.
Speaking of, okay. Let's see.
Jamie Rose says, not surprising, a lot of those patches can be dubious at best.
Oh, it was my fault, but...
Chaos says, by the way, Jamie and I were on Dimitri Monroe's chat last night. How about that?
Okay, started the extraction. I got a chitty chat at 12, so... Might not be able to get to the first game, but I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to have to start the first game over. Three breaks. Go. Perfect. Oh, more? Heal. Oh. Anyway.
Chaos Smash says, I was watching you play Sum of One, saw it was in Japanese and left. To be fair, the voices are still in English. It's just everything else.
Yeah, all the cutscenes are still English. It's just like menuing and stuff is a little bit tenuous. And then there's characters that aren't voiced at some point. And running into more and more of those, it was like, we should probably... use this one. I don't know why I keep on breaking pots. Nothing is going to be in there. Oh.
You don't know that for sure. Must break. Smash!
But yeah, like the metal stereotypes. There's like... there's so much crossover. Usually people in the metal scene are like multi-classing, to be fair. But there's like the more Nordic than thou guy. Is like one of the oh, is it marked the whole time and I just have to go to it? Christ. But yeah, generally it's like guy who listens to power metal will have like some like van braces or something. And then if it's, you know, like, or like Viking metal is kind of the same thing. You know, they'll have some like Nordic shit, and then they'll like want to talk to you. Like, you know, you start talking to them, they'll start talking about like Odin and shit. That sort of
Right.
character.
Good conversations.
Yeah. Oh, God. Mickey, heal me, you idiot. Fucking bubble attack. It's the most convenient slight, but it's always bubble attack. Yeah, sure, let's duel. Perfect. So why does Chatham like Nightcrawler? I like all the X-Men. He's an X-Men. I just hate another reminder that like psychopaths are in charge of changing like Marvel lore. It's been forever since I could have a conversation with someone about the X-Men without them saying like, "Oh, did you hear that the fucking Nightcrawler got raped in the ass until he was blue?" And it's like, great.
Why would that even turn him blue? It's just so silly.
Why would a fucking vampire be be raped into homosexuality in a vampire-centric, like, in a non-comedy? Like...
No, it's true, yeah.
Like, outside of a ridiculously offensive, like, internet skit, like, how could this even have occurred? It could totally turn him blue. They've done weirder things than that. I wouldn't say, like, Nightcrawler is, like, my favorite, but I did like him. I got a Nightcrawler comic once, and I thought it was super cool.
I thought Nightcrawler's powers were always pretty cool. His character design, it's whatever.
I always liked Rogue myself. Now, did you like Rogue as... Did you like her, like, personality or costume design, her powers? Like, what was it that drew you to Rogue?
The southern accent for me.
I really like... When I was reading the comics, I really did like how they did that little unique thing with her.
Yeah. I mean, really, the accents on all of the X-Men really do just add that extra bit of flavor to remind you that they're from different parts of the world and that they're all unique in
Yeah.
various ways.
I was a big Gambit and Wolverine fan. Yeah. Yeah, those are super cool. Love those guys. Man, I remember that episode where it was like some shit came out of like some shit came out of like Apocalypse's tomb or something, and it was it was like a spider or something like that, and then it was in their introduction to Gambit, and Gambit's like, I'll slow it down, and then he like flips over a big gasoline truck, and then just like he charges like the whole truck or something and blows up a truck on it, and I was like, holy shit. I never thought about charging an entire truck. Although I guess it's not that creative, but like, you know, at the time I was like, holy shit. That's a great idea. You could just charge up the whole thing. Sorry, I'm talking about X-Men Evolution. I was like, that was what got me first interested in comics.
Right. And Aura has a question regarding that. It says, okay, what was better, the animated series Rogue or the Evolutions Rogue?
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, I'm not... I haven't watched every single episode of the
original animated
the original animated series, and it's not because I'm not interested in it, but because I started to watch it, and then I got like 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was like really enjoying it, and then I just had this awful dread that this would be the last good X-Men content I would ever experience in my life, and I just got really anxious and I didn't want to watch it because it's all gone now. They're like, you know, who knows if we're ever gonna get a good X-Men comic or any content ever again, and so it just made me really sad. So I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah. I like both series, but I do think the animated series has a little bit of an edge. Maybe just because it's a little closer to the comics.
Yeah, they don't slow down for you at all. They like
Yeah.
they make you just understand the what's going on.
As a kid, I would like Evolution more. As an adult, I probably like the animated series a bit more.
I don't know. I mean, they're both good.
Yeah, yeah. They have a Nightcrawler have a like regular human form.
Because you got the watch.
Yeah, right. So, as I was saying, that's a little bit, I guess, relieving. Just because I'm not a fan of the blue Smurf look. At the same time, I thought his like human form looked Asian for some reason. Is it supposed to actually be Asian? Because that wouldn't make any sense.
It wouldn't, no.
Am I misremembering it? Maybe. X-Men.
It doesn't necessarily look Asian, but
Motion.
I don't think the voice actor really knew how to do a German accent. Or is he supposed
that
to be?
doesn't really help either.
I kind of always thought he was supposed to be like Romanian or something. But I guess Kurt Wagner is supposed to be. Let's bubble this guy. Get bubbed, bitch.
Yeah, I guess it's not actually supposed to look Asian. It's just like how they did the eyes for that show makes it look like it's a little bit more anime-esque, I suppose.
Yeah, I really like the concept of like Gambit and Rogue. It's like he's the only one that can like touch her, and then of course, you know, later they're like, oh, let's have her get molested by an 80-year-old man. This is fine. Not literally molested, but it's just like, it's just weird. Like, he's like literally like 90 or something like that. Like, he's not in his 80s. He's way older, right? Because he was in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
They had Magneto and Rogue get like put into a romance. It makes no fucking sense. It's just like
that was horrible.
gross, and it's literally written by psychopaths that can't stand anyone to be in a happy relationship.
There's so many weird writers that do like the craziest romance options, and you know, the shipping fandoms encouraging shipping was a mistake.
Yeah.
If anything, that's what it has taught me, because we have gotten some of the weirdest romances from people who just like to mix and match any character for any reason. Oh, they stared at each other and smiled once. I guess they're in love. Oh, our honeydew says, yeah, but mutants age slower?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Because, like,
It's
a
still...
Wolverine is a special case, obviously, but...
There's some mutants that are to just like live forever just because, like the Immortals or whatever they were called, the Eternals. But like, and I know there was an episode of like X-Men Evolution, I think it was, where like he has some kind of de-aging machine. I don't know if that's like canon or anything. Not as if anything in the Marvel canon is something I should respect and care about, but at this stage, but you know.
Yeah, Jamie Rose also adds, nobody ages in comic books. Accurate. Although they're always just changing the world to fit whatever modern day. Chaos Smash says, that's the problem with Western comics. Every time the writers change, something else gets retconned. Very true. It's part of the reason why the current comic structure doesn't work. Why it has not worked for a very long time. Manga doesn't have this problem. Or at least, you know, not as frequently. Like, every now and then you'll get, like, a spin-off OVA or a spin-off series, but it's never to this extent where they're passing writers like a fucking hot potato.
And then all the writers are passing in between. It's not even that they're just passing writers; they're passing psychopaths. Like it's like they're all fucking crazy. They're like
anyone letting on.
You can't have a happy romance. That would be ridiculous. He can't just stay married to Mary Jane. It's like. Sorry, I asked a question and then I didn't look in chat.
Oh, what questions you?
I was asking what I think it was Love to Draw said they liked about Rogue.
Let me see.
Because you know, that'd be a fun thing to think about. Is like what my like top what order I would put my like favorite like X-Men into or whatever. Okay.
Jamie said, in all seriousness, her power set is unique and her backstory is extremely well written. Also, bomber jacket, cool.
That is, yeah. She does have it's like a bomber jacket, and then she puts it over like the normal like skin tight suit. It is a cool aesthetic.
Yeah.
they made her a little bit like goth in the X-Men Evolution, so she was like a shoo-in for me, right?
Yeah, they made her cool. Foxy says emos and goths may look the same, but they are gay either way. Here's his perception. Emos are pessimistic because someone broke their heart or grew up in an abusive home. Goths are pessimistic because they think the world is shit. Scene is just like the aesthetic of emo goth, art's fashion style.
I mean, I don't think that's even remotely accurate, but alright. Oh, I've met so many people that break all the rules. There's like, amongst goth, there's also like there's like silent categories, right? There's like some secret menu shit. You know what I mean? Like there's the goth girls who are like seances and shit, right? They like believe in like magic. I had this friend who would like only date those sorts of goth girls. He would like start talking to them, and if they didn't believe in magic, he was like sexual. I don't know what it's called, like I don't know, like arcanophile or whatever. He was like attracted. He was like sexually attracted to them if they believed magic was real. And I was like, I don't think this is gonna lead you to like a long term.
Yeah, I don't think you're attracting the most mentally stable women there.
Yeah, this is a problem, but I could not stop him. And then there's like I don't know. There's the sort of like Christina Death archetype.
Yes.
It's like that's a song. It's this song by this like goth band, 69 Eyes. And it describes so many chicks I've known. There's like there's a one line that's like so funny. She leaves the window open in case her dark prince comes to see what he likes. So like in case Dracula comes to fuck her, she's like, better leave the window open. It's like it's like, what's the Spanish thing? We put the shoes outside so that the three what are they called, the three magi's or whatever, they'll come by and put some candy in my shoes. It's like, I better leave my window open for Dracula. It's like like some like fucking.
Oh, Cara Smash says use the roulette cards to get blue cards.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but I didn't want to.
Jamie says I'm past my goth phase, though I still like the aesthetic. Yeah, same.
Ugh.
Our Hunter says there was a book that was well written and received where Rogue and Gambit fought together and were married. Once the writer changed, Gambit became toxic and pushed Rogue into the arms of another woman.
Another woman?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
this is why we need the death penalty. We need it.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, if they were like, they're going to disintegrate this person's skin in a vat of acid because they broke up Rogue and Gambit, I would be like, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you had to put me on a debate stage and, like, debate for it, I couldn't really defend that position, but I like that. I like that this is, yes, it's wrong, but I want it. Sure, theologically this doesn't hold up, but
we have a list of different types of goths.
Fuck.
This is important. Victorian goth, cyber goth, Wiccan goth, goth light.
Nobody uses these fucking like categories.
AKA goth plus brown and goggles.
Nobody uses these categories. No one even calls themselves goth. They're just like, it would be uncool to say that you're like these categories don't, like, they, people, I think generally people would like categorize you by bands you listen to and stuff, but yeah, you just you announce the sort of category you're in by being weird in one way or another. What is that one? Oh, that's a random room. Fuck yeah.
Or Honeydew, her window open, bare ass up, the burglar walks in. Ooh!
No, you have to be like... No, you only do that when you're in like in a really tall tower, so like only Dracula could possibly fly into your window.
Yes. One of the floating islands.
I thought for a second Aura Honeydew was quoting the song. Oh no, I thought Wonderful Galaxy was quoting the song.
Right.
I just like dressing up in all black. I think the one of the lyrics in the song is she hates Christmas.
More than dressing up in white.
Christmas nights, yeah.
Yeah.
She hates Christmas nights more than dressing up in white.
Yep, that's what he sounds like. What he's saying.
Oh, what the? Spin, spin, spin.
Spin to win.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh. That's always a weird thing that I hear when people say they're like over their like goth phase or whatever. I always think that's strange. I met very few people. I've certainly met plenty of people who've said that they have mentioned that they're like past their phase of something or another. I think most often that's like something that comes up with like emo stuff, like emo or scene. I feel like that's something you grow out of. When you think fucking magic is real, you're like really in on that, you know? You're like
really balls deep.
You're really committed. You don't grow out of that phase. You're a fucking sorcerer for life, bro.
To be fair, though, there's a lot of girls that kind of fall into that.
Oh, okay, sorry. I read Love to Draw's comment. I read it as, I still dress up in all emo clothes. I just don't go out. Like, he said I don't go all out, but I thought it was just like,
Yeah, I'm
still a full-blown emo. I just stay inside my own home, so it's...
Just draw the curtains and wear all the emo clothes I like.
No, but you know, like tight jeans, they look good on certain skinny boys. So, you know, you gotta market the goods.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I'm mature enough not to make fun of you anymore.
I guess Love Girl says I don't go out much either, to be honest.
Why? Do I literally just not have cards that are high enough anymore?
And Jamie says, I don't write depressing poetry about death and despair anymore. I'm with you there. I used to write some not so okay stuff.
Yeah. I enjoyed I would say I don't think I'm I wouldn't say I'm like it's like I'm done with my phase of whatever, but I guess I haven't gone to a concert in a long time and whatever. But at the time when I was younger, I enjoyed this sort of like community to it, and I found a lot of people were pretty cool in that sort of sphere. So it was fun. I enjoyed the music, and I enjoyed like kind of sharing the experience with people. There's an insane kind of energy you get from fuck, I should have gone through that. When you're in a room full of people screaming their throats raw because they're so pumped about this music that you like, it certainly has this sort of multiplicative effect to your excitement. So quite fun, I would say.
Our Honeydew says, describing them like they're Pokemon types. Fighting, psychic, fire, ground, chubby, goth. Did Trish have a goth phase? I had a something phase, that's for sure. I
There's
never
also-
quite had the funds to go all out on the emo goth stuff, but
Fuck. I was too early. Too early by way too much.
who has a DeviantArt? No judgment. Well, I don't have one anymore. I nuked the shit out of mine, so that no one could ever see the cringe. Love to Draw says, I think I said this before, but I was in forums for The Sims 2, full of goth emo scene peeps. One goth Spaniard got me into Nightwish. Interesting.
A Spaniard. I haven't met. I don't think. Directly, I don't think I've ever met any. Like
Yes, no
Spaniards.
shit. I had a leftist phase. Oh yeah.
I used
I feel
to.
like a lot of people can say that.
I used to watch The Daily Show and be against both sides, and then realize that The Daily Show was not actually against both sides. And then yeah. And then yeah. I don't know. When you're young, you kind of think like stuff. Well, you have a lot more like energy for changing stuff, for like improving systems and whatever. And so, and there's a lot to be frustrated by that. Like everyone knows should be improved, and then it just isn't. And it's like I don't know. But I never ever really. There was certain leftist stuff that just never meshed with me. Where like
the anti-white stuff.
Yeah,
Or
like
the anti-human stuff.
the anti-human stuff, anti-white stuff. It always bothered me. I always like. Like I don't know. It's just like. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up in a town that was like almost. It was like 100% Italian, right? You were everyone was some percentage Italian, and so when someone was like, "What are you?" right? What they mean when they say "What are you?" is "What are you besides Italian?" And so someone asked me, "What are you?" and then I said, "I'm German," right? And like people would just yeah. It was like it was assumed you were some part Italian or mostly Italian or something, and then the response was like, "So you're a Nazi?" And I was like, this is like
Same.
before anyone had ever taught me about my heritage, including my parents. They just didn't tell me anything, and so I was just never educated on my own heritage. I was never like, and it was. And that never that never really meshed with me. Alright, I gotta go get another one. And then I went to my dad and I was like, can you tell me about like German history or Germany, like what's like being German or whatever. And then my dad's like addicted to World War II movies, so he starts talking about Nazis, and it's just like, yeah, but
Right.
So, like, so in a way, I guess I had like a leftist phase, but not really. Like, that always bothered me. But I never realized this. I guess it just didn't click with me that the side that hated me the most was teaching kids in my class to hate me because I was German. Like, I had teachers who would point out kids with blue eyes and then say, like, oh, you know, they're actually inferior because they can't block out the sun as well as brown eyes. And they're like, then they go home and they pat themselves on the back, like, man, I'm so progressive. It's a good thing I taught those kids today. It really got stuff done.
It's a good thing I taught them selective information. That way they'll never become Nazis. I'm doing my part.
For the record, the answer to that is... Alright, I gotta get that. Whoa, yeah! Oh, that was such a waste. I only needed 2. Okay, whatever. Blue eyes are better at seeing in the dark, and brown eyes are better at seeing in the sun, generally, because they let in more or less light. So you need more light at night. That's why in, like, the Schwarzwald, the Black Forest of Germany, you have a lot of blue eyes, because just, like, naturally selects for that, right? And then the answer to the first question, like, what do German people do, other than be Nazis, you know, like, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, hospitals.
It's almost like they existed, you know, before World War II.
That's a whole nother thing. But, like, for example, the Knights Hospitaller is, like, a German order of knights, and they essentially, like, set up hospitals in the Holy Land. That's, like, kind of where that concept of a hospital really comes from. They were typically, like, temporary things that would be built, and then, like, in that context, they were a permanent structure. So now we have permanent ones. So, like, man, I, like, don't have dick for these fucking...
Well, we got 30 minutes till midnight, my dear.
I'm afraid to... Yeah. Well, what cards do I have? I don't know any of these
Jamie
do.
says, I'm of Irish and Scottish descent and I don't drink. My DNA is very mad at me. Hey. German descent, we don't drink. We don't have our beer.
Yeah. As there's that YouTube channel
Oh, hey, pharmacist.
hey,
No,
what
we
comment?
did not get the English mod to work. It was all jumbled up letters and symbols. We'll have to figure it out some other time. Hey, Gil says Happy Friday Eve.
Holy Burst? Oh, it's this thing. what you got.
Oh yeah, people act like that's the only evil deed done by anyone ever. Yeah, the Nazis.
Yeah.
Right. History is actually quite gruesome when it comes to different types of
Yeah, it's also like
genocides and evil deeds around the world.
it's
not
it's
just
so
that.
it's like
not even peak. That.
it's not even as bad as it
not
gets.
even
Not even
worse.
close. Not even in that war. It was so much worse. But in any case, yeah. Teach your kids to like their heritage. It'll be good for them. That's certainly what I'm gonna do.
I did hear currently in Germany, there's a nationalist party that is actually gaining some considerable support, which is something.
Oh, good for them.
So naturally, everyone is calling that party Nazis. Like, what? Nationalism back in Germany? No! Stop being proud! If you're proud, you're Nazi.
Come on, what the fuck is this? For fuck's sakes. Simultaneous button press is the worst thing. I don't think this is gonna stand, but yeah. The instant attack is quite annoying. I guess you can avoid it by just like positioning well, but man, I hate it. Yeah. I also heard of Amsterdam getting a normal prime minister. The Netherlands got yeah, he got a guy that's like explicitly anti-immigration, anti-Muslim. It's hilarious because Nazis and National Socialists, yeah. Yeah. But anyway. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Wonderful Galaxy is making fun of you, as you can imagine. Riku is baby mode. Adam's famous last words.
Yeah, it is. But I think you're thinking that I meant something else. I meant it was like super casual because there's no options.
Yeah. I do hope for the best for the world, naturally. I hope the best for Germany, too. I'd like to visit there someday, maybe as a vacation. If it's, safe and nice and everything.
That would be ideal.
Yeah, that would be ideal. I wanted to do a video talking about, how different manga is in Germany because of a lot of censorship they had to deal with, still have to deal with. Part of the denazification of Germany had implied some heavy censorship, among other things. But some of their censorship has gone away over the years, and some of it is still very, very much in place. And it did actually affect how popular manga was translated over to there. A lot of shonen series had to be either heavily censored or just not released at all because they just really didn't like blood and gore. So what actually ended up becoming more popular is romance stuff. And I thought it would be interesting to talk about what needed to be censored and stuff like that. But naturally, when I try to do more in-depth research on the subject, you just type in censorship in Germany, and it'll just almost exclusively try to show you results for World War II Nazi Germany censorship. And it's like, okay, but what about right now? Why don't you, tell me about what's going on in modern day?
Stuff like that, I feel like the best thing is just, talk to an expert. Talk to someone who's based in German, and, maybe they can
Yeah.
I should have done this. Oh, okay. That's fine.
I need to get to know more German mangaka and comic creators.
I'll use Mickey for healing.
Are they mangaka or are they an artistic breed of their own? You mean like German people who do manga? They call themselves mangaka, but yeah, they're doing it in like manga style. I wonder if you would get better search results with a different search engine like Brave, Yandex, or Start Page and a VPN set to Germany.
A VPN?
A VPN set to
yeah.
Germany is actually not a bad idea.
No, because Germany has the most censorship about their own history.
But if I'm looking for like modern day Germany information,
You know, I don't know.
to know what is like censored in graphic novels or manga. It's interesting. Trish, do you ever practice human figures, or do you use a Figma doll for your poses, or just draw from memory? Sometimes I look at a reference. Clip Studio also has those 3D models that you can use for referencing. So there's that. But sometimes, yeah, I just build the body bit by bit. And just, you know, pray to God that I'll get the proportions correct.
And just like instant trigger.
Trisha, you aren't Italian if you don't read the Divine Comedy.
I guess that's just another thing to add onto my reading list. I've got like stacks of comics to still go through. I've got a boatload of digital manga that I like got and never actually read. So many bookmarks. Plus I'm like trying to keep up with stuff on Manga Plus. And also writing and drawing.
And they tell me I'm not Irish, I'm not perpetually snockered, but here we are. Huh. I don't know. I think there's more to being Irish or German. There's another YouTuber, what's it called? The Golden One. And he doesn't drink. And and he said that his response when someone says, "But it's a European tradition," is he's like, "Well, so is getting invaded by Muslims, and I think we can do without either."
Oh, god damn. The spinny ballerina move, the best one. Our Honeydee says, "So anyone read classic comics and hate that future events affect the experience?" Like, things you know about Venom now aren't actually in the original Black Suit era. I don't know. I don't think it negatively affects the experience. I think I find it more interesting to see, like, the origins, the true origins, as it is. You know, like, while they were still figuring things out and what they originally intended for certain characters.
Come on.
Nice.
I wonder if there's like some villain card I could be using, but I literally just don't know what they do. And it won't let you check while you're in a fight. You have to check outside the fight. Yeah.
Brutal.
Ugh.
I've also, for the most part, if you don't count, the cringe read-throughs I've done on my YouTube channel, I've mostly stayed away from all the new Marvel and DC comics because I know that I'm not going to enjoy them. And at that point, why bother?
Interesting. That could be good. Let's try that. Okay, well, I just want to die.
It won't let you just exit the fight.
No. You have to turn your Game Boy off and on.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it saves before the fight or if it's just like if I load, is it gonna load the hard save? So I just have to die. I need to save state before the fight, so I don't have to do this.
I once had a recurring dream where Dubby from Harry Potter would incessantly and creepily follow me around until I beat the tar out of him. That sounds like it could be in a Harry Potter movie. I think I'd watch that Harry Potter movie. Bad Dubby.
Okay. Let's go back.
Well, 9 minutes to midnight.
No point in dealing with that. Good night, Wonderful Galaxy.
Good night.
Save state here. What happened? Okay. I guess. Okay. kind of hoped that would do more, but...
Jesus. Ora, 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 ora.
Too greedy.
I still have never seen the Green Lantern. I probably should at some point. It's not very good.
No, yeah, it's the... I can't really say that it's bad because I haven't watched all of it. And the reason I haven't watched all of it
boring.
is because I fell asleep.
Yeah. It's very generic, boring. It's like watching Morbius. It's the most Morbin of Morbs. Ryan Reynolds is much better suited for the Deadpool role.
Yeah, I think he said that he didn't like the movie.
Yeah. And Joseph Choi says, "Man, it's such a shame. The Green Lantern movie was directed by Martin Campbell, who is usually such a good director." I don't know. Maybe he was just phoning it in for that one. Maybe he wasn't very passionate about the project.
Ooh, it's all luck.
Our honeydew says, "As an adult, I think the only nightmares that bug me are the ones where my teeth melt, and it takes a second to shake it off when I awake."
Melt.
Melt, yeah.
I had teeth falling out.
Yeah, I would get that. I would get the dreams where, like, my jaw would tighten more and more until my teeth just all snap. I can only assume those dreams were caused by me grinding my teeth at night.
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Which I hope that I don't do anymore.
To be fair, I sleep very deeply, so I probably wouldn't hear it, but I haven't noticed, no.
Yeah. You do sleep quite deeply.
Yeah, I get I usually it's pretty rare that I wake up and I didn't sleep well, like I'm tired. Does happen, but wait a second, can I just... Oh yeah, there's running away, right? I've never done this before, but I'd like to just not fight anything. Sounds good.
Our honeydew says, "People complain saying it uses too much CGI even for the suit, but now we live in modern day when they all look like that, even worse." Yeah, very true. Back then, our complaints meant something, though, when we said that the CGI Green Lantern suit looked bad. Now it's like they don't give a shit. They're just like, no, all CGI all the time. Crap at it.
And they're like, "What are you, racist?" At those schools, like, they literally do teach you that. Like, they teach you how to think critically about how something could be offensive. And I'm really good at it. I think I could be an Olympian for getting offended at stuff.
I think you could.
Like what was it? Yeah. Okay, so there was a guy. He was from like the South or something. Who's at the school, and he was like, he thought he was. Oh fuck! It's this stupid bubble thing. Jesus Christ! What a useless. Why?
All the bubbles.
It's the most convenient way to heal is just to put 3 of them up, but instead, I guess I have to try and get both bumpers to fire at the same time. Ugh. Yeah, there was this guy. There was this new guy at the school, right? Transfer student. People are trying to get to know him, right? And he thinks he's like liberal. Like he thinks he's like on the left or whatever.
Sure.
And I think he ran into someone who was vaguely mean, and then he was like, I want to be vaguely nice, and so that must be what this is. And he was incorrect. Now, someone's trying to get to know him, and so there's like this canned question that sometimes gets thrown around. I don't know how common this is in other circles, but it was like, what's your ideal first date? And like, people would use that question to give you the most like sociopathic answers, where they're like, it would be this insane list of things they'd want the other person to do for them, and like all things that they would want to do, like just like foot massages and being fed and being fanned and like this like psychopath like enslavement fantasy. And then but it's like a date, right? But their concept of a date is like just not compatible with reality. Now, when he answers the question, he doesn't give some kind of like fantasy of like what he would want. He's thinking about this girl that doesn't exist, right? He's single, but he's like thinking like, well, I'd wanna take her to a rose garden, and I'd take her hand, and I'd take her on a walk, and just show her the pretty flowers. And then this, and I knew when I was. Have I told you guys about this before? I told Trisha. I don't know if I told you guys. I knew just from what he said that someone was about to explode in rage. And you guys might not, I assume, because you haven't been properly educated in getting offended, you don't know what is horribly offensive about what he said.
Maybe the Californians know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got Jamie Rose is California and Joseph Choi's California. Can you tell me what about that story was grotesquely offensive to the point of horror, absolute horror, rage-filled explosion detonated because of this?
Oh, Jamie, you missed it.
Okay, so the girls ask him, "What's your ideal date? Ideal first date?" And he says, "Well, I'd just like to take a girl to a rose garden. And I'd like to just take her hand and take her on a walk through the garden and show her the pretty flowers, and maybe we'd talk a little bit." And that is it.
Date.
I'll give it one more time.
What was wrong with what he said, guys?
Yeah, what would make someone explode about that anecdote? So I'd want to take a girl to a rose garden, and I'd want to take her hand and take her on a walk and show her the pretty flowers, and maybe we'd talk a little bit.
Hand holding is Jamie's guess. Joseph says maybe it's because he said girl. Ooh.
So
Rose gardens are dumb. He would have taken them to a tire museum. Answer: he treated a girl like a girl. For bonus points, he isn't dating a guy. Love to Draw says girl, not woman.
Love to Draw gets like Love to Draw and Jamie get half points because they went on to rage about those things. But the thing that made them explode was the word take. It's because he's going to take her.
What are you, a rapist?
So, like, well, because they were angry because they're like, you're not just going to go together, and he's confused, and he's like, yeah, we're going to go together, but I'm taking her on a date. And the idea that he's in some sort of dominant role, and then like, if you drive someone somewhere, you're taking them to the place. But because you're using the, like, dominant language of, like, driving someone to a thing instead of we drove together, that is offensive. So yes, they went on to be angry. It's like, oh, you held her hand? What is she, a child? She doesn't, I think she knows how to walk. It was like something that they went on to
this
rage about.
Fictional scenario.
Yeah, right. And so it was that the girl was a problem, right?
People that bleed.
Girl was a problem. Someone said, I think you'd want to take a woman on a date. But it was the thing that made them snap was take. There was one girl who snapped because of that, and then there was like other girls weren't like angry, but they were like, you know, it's like, I think she knows how to walk without you holding her hand. So
We're so smart because we can figure out ways to be offended.
and this poor fucking guy, at first he's thinking, like, I can tell. He's like, oh, did I say something wrong? Oh, girls wouldn't want to go to a flower garden or something. And then he's just, like, kind of regretting that he's even there. And then I interrupted them to go, like, that sounds like a lovely date. They're all fucking psychos. You need to run far away from this place. Because
get out of here, man.
Normal girls that aren't, like, super twisted up into this whole ideology don't act like this. And as you might imagine, they got quite angry. But they didn't. Yeah, they had nothing they said. Nothing me and them argued about was, like, particularly notable. If you tell someone they're a psychopath with 100% confidence, and they are,
Then they're not gonna get it. Yeah.
no, 9 times out of 10 they're just like, they just take it. They take it and they're just like, they stop talking to you and start keeping mental note of things they're gonna say that they should have said later. But, like,
Sounds like me.
yeah, but they're not like argumentative people typically. They're proselytizing. Like, they have a bunch of stuff that they think they want to yell at somebody for, but once you start yelling back, they just start crying. Crying or being upset or whatever. But anyway, all of you, you feel free to take a girl on a walk and take her hand. Take her to a rose garden. It is all fine. It is all fantastic. It sounds like a lovely, lovely, wonderful, wonderful date. I took Trisha to a flower garden while it was not in bloom.
Yeah, that was great.
But it was. You were so happy. It was pretty. Like, you know, they have a beautiful, like, scenery, right? I kept on being like, oh, sorry, we didn't, whatever. But, like, you were, like, at that time, you're like, oh, this is beautiful. Because it was. There was a bazillion gazebos. It's also, like, you know, at the time you were, like, not a huge fan of crowds. I guess you still, but, like, you like, you know, but there was, like, no one there. It was all cozy, just to ourselves. There was, like, one woman was, like, storming out mad at God, I guess, for not blooming flowers. I don't know if you remember that. Like right in the beginning, there's this Indian woman like dragging her kids out of there. It's like there's no flowers. She's like yelling on the phone to somebody. He's like, whatever.
There's no flowers.
There's no flowers here. And like the kids are like happy and being like dragged away, and the mom's like, no, you can't look at trees. But it was this like Indian woman like super pissed. She had showed up at the wrong place. Other than her, it was like completely empty. No one goes to a flower garden when there's no flowers. But it was beautiful. It was like springtime, and there was sun filtering through the leaves, and there was that little like the sun's just bright enough that it's kind of like gold and green through the leaves, and there's just this pleasant little light, and there's all these little light beams falling on the different gazebos and paths and benches, and there was a bazillion different benches we could sit by little ponds and lakes and stuff, and it was wonderful. And there were no flowers, not even one. I saw one wildflower, I think, in the middle of the off the path, like a wildflower. I offered to pick it for Trisha, but it was the only one in the whole flower garden. So
yeah,
which I'm pretty sure it was some kind of like weed flower.
I guess they would have been happy if we picked it then.
Yeah. I saw a bunch of things that would have been flowers if a deer hadn't eaten the flower, but
yeah, gotta get that deer spray.
I read somewhere that going to a movie on a first date is a bad idea because you need to get to know each other.
Yeah. But also on the first date, I guess you're like kind of nervous around each other. So sometimes it helps if you can have some starter to a conversation, and sometimes a movie will be that starter to a conversation. Like, oh, how'd you enjoy the movie? What did you think about this or that? And then you talk about the movie together.
Yeah, like if you go to a movie and then afterwards get dinner.
Yeah.
That makes some sense. But like, if you go to like a Marvel movie with a girl, and then the girl's like, man, that's so weird how they raped the Hulk in the ass until he was gay. I don't know why they did that. And then you have to be like,
sorry, I
hiding
picked a better movie.
Hiding your power levels, where you're like, I think it's because they hate all living things, and they'd like everything to perish beneath their malevolent regime. But
your power levels.
You know what I mean? Like you can't just be like, yeah, it's because all the writers are fucking cucks. Like, yeah. So I don't know. Like if like in an era where like movies are all basically fine, that sounds great. But nowadays it's like what are you gonna like, And then what if you go see a movie and it's actually good and you just can't control how excited. You can't control how excited you are, and then you're super pumped about the movie, and they're like, "Oh, it was good. I mean, all movies are kind of fine," and it's like, "Oh wow, it's the fuck out of here."
Yeah, really.
I saw one flower and immediately thought he was going to say, "and I ate it."
Alright, I guess we should be wrapping up stream, but that is kind of a happy story to leave it on.
My favorite date was was at one of the Christmas decked party. Decked party trails. Oh, is that how you write? It's like deck the halls? That's decorated, right? But like, would deck the halls be like DEC? Apostrophe?
You're blowing Adam's mind right now.
What the fuck? That's impossible. Stream tomorrow or no? I think. Oh my god, I don't know. I'll say tomorrow. I'll write in Gilded, if there is or not. I'll figure it out. But
Yeah, it might be a bit difficult.
Yeah. Is that a Christmas decorated trail up in a nearby mountain? That sounds like super solid. That's like a million points, you know? That's a good story for a first date. Be like, oh man, took her on a first date to a super cool spot.
I think like the ultimate Chad move, if you're gonna go on a first date near Christmas time, is you like rent out a horse carriage and then surprise her at the door. Is like, we're going on a fucking sleigh ride, bitch.
But you don't want to spend too much
You got
money.
like the hot cocoa and the blankets in there already.
You don't want to spend too much money and then like have them feel awkward or something.
Yes, but imagine how wet those seats are afterwards.
Just
Is there any girl alive who is not going to go on a second date with a guy who took them on a sleigh ride first date?
Yeah, people from my school, like, you know, that would for sure be a thing. I
Getting the sleigh, bitch, we're going for a ride.
Yeah, no, going on hikes is also a little like, it depends on the girl, right? They have to be like somewhat capable of existing. There's girls out there that are just like so physically unfit. It's like astonishing. Like there's plenty of girls that are just totally normal, like have a normal amount of fitness, but there's like girls that are so weak that it's like incredible. Like I have a friend who's like, she was like really skinny. She was like 90 pounds, and if she jogged, she would be out of breath. Like she jogged like just a tiny bit, she'd be like super out of breath, like dying or whatever, or like going upstairs, and it's like, dude, I'm like more than twice as heavy. I'm more than twice as heavy as you. How are you out of breath? It just like, because, you know, runners tend to be pretty skinny because it's just easier to move around and stuff. But I took a girl on a walk in the woods one time, and that was a disaster. I told them we were going in the woods, right? And they were like, yeah, I'll bring good shoes for walking. And they were like destroyed. Their entire physical corporeal form was decimated by this walk. And then they had to go to the doctor because their ankles were broken or something. And I looked at I checked how far. They thought it was like miles and miles we were walking. It was 0.7 miles was how far the walk is, which is like one lap around any normal sized park. It's yeah, I don't know what. Some people are just impossibly feeble. A chick who can't handle a simple hike will never survive the coming apocalypse. Okay.
Goddamn right.
I'm not like, and I don't think a girl needs to be like
Buff.
yeah, it doesn't need to be like a jacked monster, but they need to be able to pick stuff up, you know, like just. I mean, unless they are like coming with like a dowry or something, like they're like super wealthy and they like you know just like all you know, you can afford servants or something and like a bed to carry them around on. It's like I don't know, like I like yeah, like it's some girls I've encountered have just been like startlingly weak, where like they can't curl more than 3 reps of a 1 pound weight, and so they do reps on like a half pound weight, and it's like, these are curls, and like that's not
difficult.
No. I it's, you know, girls like doing 5 pound weights, that's fine. I don't know, that's Sure.
5 pounds feels good.
5 pounds, 4 pounds even. When you
shadow boxing with 5 pounds.
when you can't curl a 1 pound weight, it's that's like grandma weight. Yeah, like you need to be able to pick up just stuff. Like, yeah, I can leg press 800 pounds.
I'd like to see that.
I have no idea how much I can leg press. When I worked out with like a trainer who just loaded up, so I don't know what it was. But then like before that, at my school, the gym was like a just sad state of affairs. I would max out the leg press machine and it would be like hard, so I just take a little bit off, and then like it would be like kind of where I wouldn't want to do without a spotter, and then I just slightly less than max was like what I did on that, and then a lot of the machines I'd max out. For like, the stuff you'd expect to be, there's like the calf raise machine. Was it calf raises? Whatever it's called. But that you had to max that thing because it's just so, I don't know. It's just I don't know. With some of these machines are designed for like, I don't even know what, like just the most feeble creatures. I didn't max all the machines. I'm just like, there's a lot that had to be, had to be like all the weight. And in the gym, all of the bicycles were broken. All of them. I'd never gone on the bikes because I always hated the exercise bikes. A real bike, it's so much less knee cracky than that. And I know you can adjust the seats and stuff, but I just didn't want to bother with it. But I got on one. I'm like listening to my music, getting into it, and then I'm like, is this? And I'm like adjusting the resistance and stuff. It's just broken. Like if the resistance doesn't work, every single person had been going to the gym on every single one of the bikes and been using no resistance and been like blah, like dying, and it's like ugh. And I was like getting into really good shape my like freshman year, and I remember it's like girls would be like, guys too would be like, oh, so it's not about like how much you work out or how much weight and stuff. You just have to get your heart rate elevated for 10 minutes. It's like, that's not...
I don't know about that.
That's not correct. Yeah. One upside to having a weight problem, smoking hot legs. Can confirm, when you're a big fatty, you
Adam
really...
has super buff legs, yeah.
Yeah. The rest of me would be cool if that was super buff, but
You're working on it.
yeah, I have like...
You start with the legs, right? And then you lose weight everywhere else. And
Yeah.
you get to keep the buff legs.
I had a trainer who's like, oh, we got to work on your calves, and I was like, he's like, you're gonna have like, he was like, oh, you don't want to have like bad calves or something, and I was like, I have great calves, and he's like, I don't think so. I was like, I don't know, you want to, because I had like pants on. I was like, I don't know, you want to see? And I rolled my pants and I flexed my calf, and he's like actually angry. He's like, you don't do anything for that. Like he was like mad, but like but it's like, dude, I'm a big fatty. I
have to walk.
I have to lift my own fat ass up the stairs. How do you think my calves get this developed? It's a big fucking workout, dude. Anyway, calves in particular get swole.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was at least 30 minutes. Well, you can take most fitness advice from a liberal arts college, multiply it by 3, and then you'll get the real number. That goes for a couple things, doesn't it? Anyway. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Next time I will for sure have English language, Kingdom Hearts.
Probably no GamePhans stream tomorrow, though.
Probably not. And
So.
the day after, maybe, but probably not.
Yeah, well, we're uncertain about the weekend as well.
Yeah. Got some, like, stuff coming up, but...
Yeah. Important things.
I'll, keep you updated on Gilded. That's... yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Really appreciate you guys being here. Really do. Yeah. You guys have a fantastic night. Thanks for thanks for putting up with my plague over here.
Get well soon, baby.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.